I'm Neil Wilson. I'm the Drug and Alcohol Support Worker for County Galway. I work for the Western Region Drug and Alcohol Task Force. We've known for a long while that there's been problems with our river. It's a wonderful river, the Corrib. Some say it's the most powerful river in Europe. Some say it's the best salmon river in the world. Also made the best whiskey in the world. And, you know, unfortunately it means that whilst it's a great place to be, it also has its dangers as well. Some say at its peak it can be racing along at 75 miles an hour. You know, if people are going out and drinking and maybe using other substances, there's every chance they're going to wander back across by the river or the open areas, and unfortunately accidents happen, and unfortunately fatalities happen as well. We know that the main spot in terms of dangers with the river is around the Spanish Arch area, up through Jury's Inn, up to the O'Brien's Bridge. But in time, as we get more sponsorship and more funding, we're hoping to extend the system right around the waterways of Galway and hopefully out into more areas around the Cladda and Salt Hill possibly as well. The idea is that when a person downloads the app, they put in their in case of emergency numbers, maybe 2 or 3 different people who they're quite close to. Then if they're in that sort of area at the night time, if they're just walking through, the app realises that. But if they're hanging around open water areas, it sends them a kind of alert, a bit like a traffic light. So red is, yep, there's a real problem here. Yellow, maybe my head's not in a great place. And green, yeah, I'm fine. So if it's yellow, then it means it contacts their in case of emergency numbers, and they can set up a dialogue between them and also give them exact details about their location. In case of emergency numbers can also then alert emergency services with exact location and details, and indeed the user can do that themselves. We're part of a multi-agency group, and one of the things that has been put in place are infrared cameras based on top of the museum. Now that means when a person enters the water, if they can locate onto them quickly, they can track exactly where they are and get emergency services out quick. What we're hoping to do in time is to actually link these technologies. So the moment that we know a person is in a very dangerous situation or has indeed entered the water, then we can use the other technologies like CCTV and infrared to be able to assist emergency services, basically saving their lives, taking them out of the water. The main funder has been Galway City Council, and the Drugs Task Force has obviously committed funds as well. The Gardaí have certainly endorsed it, and the RNLI, TUSLA and Health Promotion, and Irish Water Safety as well. But it's very much been a collaborative effort. We sell ourselves on being a party city, and if we sell ourselves on that, we also need to think about reducing the harm as far as we can from the consequences of that. We know overwhelmingly that alcohol is the major problem in our city. Whatever drugs that we talk about, if you add up all the problems of other drugs, there's still nothing in comparison to alcohol. And I think alcohol as well, as a depressant, it's slowing down our ability to think through decisions and to balance things up. So maybe decisions that we would make when we're sober are different to when we're drunk. And that obviously comes down to about our safety as well around water areas. In Galway, people head out for a good night out, and we've got some great restaurants and bars and places around the place. Unfortunately, people, perhaps they've had a bit to drink, perhaps don't make decisions that are the best. So they might decide they're not really going to have a skinful. They might decide that they really wouldn't bother with other drugs. But with a few drinks on board, things can be a bit different. And people have always got stuff going on there in their heads as well. And, you know, ends up perhaps maybe sort of ended up after the clubs and things, wandering down by the water. And it could just be an accidental situation. It could be that they need to have a wee or something. It could be they've been in an argument. It could be that they've, you know, girlfriends chucked them, whatever. And in that kind of situation, stuff can go through people's heads and they might not make decisions that, you know, in retrospect are the best. The app is for absolutely anybody, because anybody can choose whatever age they are to, you know, spend some time out in the city. And yeah, we want people to enjoy themselves, of course we do. But then it's also whether you're new to the city or you lived here all your life or just living here for a couple of years, Galway 2020, maybe you're only here one day. It all helps just in terms of reminding people and making people alert that despite the idyllic kind of city that we live in, it does have its hidden dangers. Go to the Google store, as they say, go to the Apple store and just punch in Galway Safe app and it'll come up. Downloads have been good and rising, and for a while in the communications section we were trending on the Google Play Store, which was good to see.